Welcome to Regan's Corner here on Regan's Corner Sports Network. Remember, go down below, subscribe, and go check out All Star Auto Parts in LaPorte, Indiana. But it is round two of our interview with Sarah Boyle from Notre Dame University. What's it do? How's it going, Sarah?
It's good. I'm glad to be back. I appreciate you having me back on the show, and it's been great to kind of see you guys grow since the last time I've been on here. So I'm doing well. I'm happy to be back on here. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime we have an Irish athlete, we jump at it and stuff like that.
Of
We said
course.
all the time when we have you guys on. Uh, but getting into more of this year and kind of how everything kind of went for you.
Right. Yeah. So this year was pretty strong for us. I think before last time I talked to you was right before my last meet. So I competed against UIC, and we had a fantastic meet there. I think we won 15 out of the 16 events that we swam on the women's side. So that was awesome. I had a couple best times this season. So that was really exciting. And I was really happy about that to see some hard work pay off. And then I think as a team, we just did a really great job of kind of competing and rallying behind each other. So that was really special to be a part of. And yeah, I think it was a fantastic season, but we're hungry for more. So we already kind of have our eyes set on next season and what's to come in the future for us. Because I think that we have a lot of great talent, and I really think we could do a lot of special things. So we're pleased with this year, but not satisfied. Definitely, we're ready to keep working hard and kind of just to go for it and see what we can do.
Absolutely. So, what are kind of your goals going into your senior season here?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's crazy to hear you say senior season. I cannot believe I'm going to be a senior. Time flies. But yeah, I think just continuing, on a broad level, I think just continuing to work hard and be a good teammate. That's super important to me. And, as a senior too, you're at the top of the age range in on the team. So I think just providing any leadership or support that I can for the underclassmen and the classes behind me is a huge goal of mine. And I'd like to, continue to go best times if I can in the pool, which would be super exciting for my last season ever of swimming. So yeah, just being a good leader, working hard, and trying to hit a couple more best times if I can, and ultimately just enjoying the experience as much as I can because, like I said, it is my last year, and that seems very surreal. But just trying to soak up all the moments and memories that I can because I'm so lucky to be a student athlete at a prestigious university like Notre Dame. So just enjoying it while I can, and just making the most of every moment that I have left.
Absolutely. Kind of going into the kiddos and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
the teaching program at Notre Dame. So, how
Yes.
are you how's that go doing it for the last
Yeah.
3 or 4 years?
Yeah. So I think it helps a lot too. My class in particular, we've gone through a lot. We had the pandemic. We had our COVID year last year. We've had a lot of change and stuff throughout our 4 years. So I think just using our own experiences to kind of provide leadership and support and mentorship for the underclassmen and be like, hey, we've been there, we've experienced this or experienced something like this. So just offering, support and guidance where we can, I think is huge. When I was a freshman, my senior class that was here was fantastic. And I talked a little bit about this in our last interview, but they really took me under their wing and showed me the ropes, which was something I appreciated. They didn't have to do that, but they took the time to do that. So I'm kind of hoping to pay that forward and be the same type of leader and example for my underclassmen. And I hope that they continue to kind of pass that along. I think at Notre Dame, especially on the swim team, we have a long-standing tradition of strong leaders and fantastic, Notre Dame men and women who set a great example. So I'm just hoping that I can kind of live up to that standard that we have and do the best that I can with my skills and talents to help everyone else.
Yes, absolutely. Last time too, but what makes a good backstroke?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think a lot of it comes from core and leg strength. You got to have a strong core so that your shoulders are rotating and you're sitting high right on top of the water, kind of like a boat moving through the water. Now too with short course. I mean, if you watch any of the major national meets, you have to have fantastic underwaters. I mean, most people are going 15 off of every wall, whether it's the 100 or the 200. So kind of working on being efficient and quick underwater, but also having the breath control and capacity, the VO2 capacity to, hold your breath at the end of a race is really important. And I think too, just having a great start, great turns. The time is in the details. So if you can kind of nail down some of those things, that's where you can take off time, and that's also where you can kind of beat out competitors as well. So we do a lot with core strength here. We do a lot of lifting for leg strength. And then we do a lot of detail work with kicking, underwaters, turns and stuff, which has really helped me out with my backstroke.
Absolutely. So, individual goals for next year, what are some things that you're kind of looking forward to and kind of meets wise, even it is months and months away,
Yeah.
but kind of pairing
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Like you said, it
So,
is far away relatively. We don't have our meet schedule yet, so I don't know who or when or what we'll be swimming against, but I know we will have quite a few meets. So I'm really excited about that. I do love to compete, especially when we have a home meet. I love, having family and friends in the stands and being able to swim and compete for Notre Dame, of course, but also to cheer with my teammates. I love that environment, and we have a great on deck environment during meets. So I always enjoy being a part of that. In terms of individual goals, I think, like I said earlier, just like, being a good example both in and out of the pool. I love to kind of hit maybe some best times and in some of my main events, 100 back, 200 back, 50 free, and even kind of expanding my horizons with what I'm swimming. Try some other events for my last season. So, I don't have any particular times in mind. I don't really like to focus too much on times when I'm setting goals because I think that can kind of get in your head a little bit and you become too obsessed with numbers. I would say I set more goals in terms of like the process. So like, my goal is to have 8 underwater kicks off of this wall, or my goal is to hit, a new PR in the weight room, or my goal is to, fix my details and, have a better backstroke start. Right. So yeah, all of my goals are kind of process oriented, I would say. And, I found in the past that when I focus on the process of the race itself, it's a little bit easier to kind of hit those times you want to see versus saying, oh, I have to go, X time. Because I think that can kind of make you spiral a little bit and get a little too fixated on one thing. So yeah, I'm just focusing on practicing well, being a good teammate and, helping out and supporting the team where I can. And, just working hard this summer to kind of set me up for a really strong fall.
absolutely. What's the funnest thing you did in your junior year?
Oh man, that's a good question.
On.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think I'll say 2 things. So the first, outside of swim, probably going to the football games here. I mean, you know how fantastic the fan base around Notre Dame is. So, you only get 4 years to stand in the student section and be a part of that and do touchdown push-ups and stuff. So those are memories I'll always hold on to. All the games this year were really fun, and it's great to be able to go and be in the student section and watch the games as a team. Watch them with my dorm friends and friends from classes. And my family also got to visit for a couple of games. So it was really special to have them here for that and be a part of the football culture and the fan base that I love so much. In terms of swimming, I think my last meet, the last meet we had this year, the UIC meet, which we had right after I had my first interview with you guys, was probably the most fun I've had in a meet my whole time here at Notre Dame. The energy we had was fantastic. We swam phenomenally, and the energy was just so high. I literally remember after the meet, like I was still so like excited and just happy. Like I almost like was like this overdose of happiness. So yeah, I mean, I just love those moments of my teammates cheering and being proud of representing such a fantastic university. So yeah, I would say just football games with friends and family, and that last UIC meet were probably my favorite moments from junior year so far.
Nice. Absolutely. So how long do you guys like with like midterms and finals?
Right.
How long do you guys have with finals?
Yeah, so I believe the last day of classes here is April 26th. So we're wrapping up. Like I actually had two big final presentations today. So a lot of my classes were kind of starting to go through some of the final stages of completing the material and recapping. So last day of class is April 26th. So we have like about a week or so of class left, which is just crazy to say out loud. And then we'll have a couple of reading days, and then that first week of May we go into finals. So yeah, we're the end is near, which is crazy. But yeah, we're still swimming and staying in shape, but also making sure we take the time out of the classroom to study and get ready for those exams at the end.
Absolutely. So for your NIL deals and that, what businesses are you kind of targeting so far going into your last year?
Yeah, I haven't done anything in particular yet with NIL. I, am totally open to, more opportunities. I love doing stuff like this, interviewing and getting to kind of share my experiences and talk about my journey, with swimming in Notre Dame. But yeah, I haven't done anything with any particular businesses yet. But, always open to new opportunities.
Absolutely. So kind of get into your more high school days. We kind of reverse here a little bit here, Sarah. What was it like breaking 7 different records in your high school days?
Yeah, that was a blast. I had a lot of fun in high school. My high school swim team was awesome. I got to swim with some of my best friends from home. So that was great. I have a lot of good memories from those 4 years. I have to attribute most of it to my club coach, Dan Jacobs, at Machine Aquatics. He did a fantastic job of training me, and we did a lot of diverse and different training. We trained everything, so free, IM, back, press, fly, sprint, distance, midi. He found a way to fit that all into our training schedule, which is fantastic. And you can see from the swimmers that are coming out of Machine that they do a great job there. So yeah, I started swimming for Machine right at the beginning of my sophomore year of high school. And I think that just diverse training allowed me to kind of swim a variety of different events and compete for my high school. The area that I grew up in, right in Northern Virginia, is kind of a swim mecca, which I remember we kind of talked about in our last interview. But a lot of great swimmers are coming out of the area. There's a bunch of fantastic club teams. So yeah, when we would go to these high school meets, I mean, they would be extremely fast. And so you really had to kind of step it up if you wanted to make it into the A final and have your name out there. So, yeah, I always went to those meets just excited and ready to race. And I was able to, break quite a few of Westfield's record. And that's something I hold near and dear to my heart. I love Westfield, and I had a great 4 years there. So it's nice to kind of leave my mark on the team. And I look forward to people kind of breaking those records, honestly, because that means that, the team's just getting faster. So, yeah, we'll see how long those stand. But, yeah, it was a great experience, and I definitely couldn't have done it without, the support of my family and teammates and my coaches from back home.
Absolutely. Okay, so kind of talking about what we kind of talked about last time. What are some things that we should know that we haven't got to know about Sarah?
Yeah. Well, you guys know, obviously, I'm a swimmer. I love swimming. I can kind of talk a little bit about like what I'm studying here at Notre Dame and what I kind of want to do. So I am a marketing and television studies major. So I study marketing in the business school, and then I'm also studying television through Notre Dame's film, television, and theater department. So it's really nice to kind of have a blend of those two classes, types of classes, I guess. And a lot of them intersect, which has been fantastic to kind of have that like cross curricular activity. Um, but yeah, I really enjoy taking those classes. I'm also a huge sports fan. I like to watch a lot of sports. Last weekend, I was watching the Masters, which was awesome. I like to hang out with my dorm friends. I'm actually on my dorm's lacrosse team, so I play intramural lacrosse every Monday night, which is super fun. And yeah, just kind of spending time with my family and friends. I'm a pretty big TV person, which obviously I'm studying it, so watching some good shows right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I'm up to.
Absolutely. So, for your future career, what kind of
Yeah.
things do you want to get into in media and stuff like that?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'd love to work in the television industry. I think my dream job, as a student athlete, and like I said, a huge fan of sports, would be to work for like ESPN or NBC Sports, CBS Sports, ABC. But that's a big goal, but I'm going to work towards it and kind of wherever the wind takes me. I think Notre Dame, when you come out of here with a Notre Dame degree, you're taking such a wide variety of classes that you're kind of prepared to face anything that throws at you. And even just beyond that, just some of the skills I've learned here in terms of leadership and hard work and focus and collaboration, problem solving, innovating. I feel pretty blessed to have this kind of education and be equipped with some of those skills. So I'm hoping that wherever I work, I can apply some of those things and make Notre Dame proud and kind of, use the knowledge and skills I've gained over these 4 years to make the world a better place.
Absolutely. Sounds like you're on your way to doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure. It's always glad to kind of talk to you and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Hopefully, we do round 3 pretty
Yeah,
soon.
absolutely.
Kind of get into everything. But thank you for coming on again, Sarah.
Of course.
And
Thank you for
stay
having
froggy,
me.
my friend.
All right. Thank you. Go Irish.
Go Irish.